Hey everybody, it's time for another Slay the Spire daily. As the Silent. It's early, but lots of good scores. One rare card. The map contains only one path. Well, that makes my life easy. What? Whenever you enter a new room, lose 1 max HP? There's like... That's 50 max HP by the end of the run. So how are we going to build this? We do start with plated armor, thankfully. But we got to build defensive. It's the only explanation. We're going to lose 1 max HP per room. That's pretty aggressive. Die is a pretty nice card. Okay, so here's our path. There's not even really much point to looking at it, I think. Obviously, as the Silent, we're not going to get feed or anything like that, so we pretty much just have to rely on, like... Dude, I don't know. This is going to be tough. I'm running through in my head, like, how on earth am I going to be able to succeed here? I really think, like, an incredibly defensive deck seems like just about the only thing that makes any sense to me right now. I mean, okay. It's the only way I see us getting a W here. I think that's enough. Barely, but that's okay. So, we want to take cards... Oh, but Skewer is so good. Backflip, amazing. But Skewer is so good as well. I'm not really worried about the first floor. Like, the first floor, we're going to be at 40 HP when we fight the final boss. That's bad. Certainly not good, but, could be worse, right? There's a couple of different ways out here. I mean, we could easily kill you with the explosive potion, but it seems like we should save those for later, right? I kind of like strike, defend here, knowing we'll take no damage and both of these guys will be pretty killable next turn. But if we're going to strike, defend, there is a better way. We should defend, strike, skewer, because it does 7 damage. And then this guy's killable with a strike and a neutralize, which we have not had yet. And if everything goes wrong, we can always throw this explosive potion out there to get us out of a jam. Die will also finish the job. Extremely easily. Yeah, give me backflip. I really feel like that's where this run ends up having a chance, is if we're able to stack up some kind of amazing defense. We probably do want to pay 50 gold and keep our deck as thin as possible, pull a basic strike out of it, I think. If we survive past the second floor, I'll be the world's happiest man. Oceanic Gin, thank you so much. Hook me up with a second backflip, please. Okay, early die. Oh, lovely. That's so huge. Because we get the easy kill, and then we throw another 14 damage in on top. Not quite going to kill you, but you're done pretty soon after that. We're already 5 max HP down. The only other thing I can think of that gives us a great chance today is, if we can get, like, Mango, buys us a little time. None of these seem to fit too well. We gotta be very careful. The reason I'm going defensive is because, really, every card... Well, I should say, just imagine, we might have 13 HP when we fight the final boss. So how do we win? We have to guarantee that we're not taking any damage. Like, we can't even take, like, a hit. The most likely way to avoid that is either high defense or a combo deck of some sort. And I think an upgraded Skewer is probably the card that gets us out of the most jams here early. I'm not really worried. Again, like every room on the first floor, we should expect to be somewhat easy. This guy's got to go quick, so I'm thinking you hit him probably for 13, and then you throw in another 20 right after that. We don't really like playing blocks against this guy. We're going to have a chance for a heal, even though an upgrade seems like it would also be super worthwhile. Well, a neutralize is enormous. And then a backflip means... Oh, but it doesn't mean we take no damage, really, does it? It means we take 2 damage, which is not bad, but... We got to think about that as we make our way through here. He's doing 8 damage. This will probably make him deal 10. And then I think I smack him twice again. So we're going to take 1 extra damage. It's bad because it takes 1 plated armor away, but a couple of combinations of cards, including any combination of Skewer, will get the job done for us. So, yeah, to lose 3 HP against this guy is not a big deal. Oh, start each combat with 10 block. pretty good. I think you have to go Adrenaline, although Backstab is decent starting damage and Flying Knee is good long term. So we only lost 3 HP. Let's take a quick, well, we only lost 2 HP. Take a quick moment and you want to gain 1 extra energy, or yeah, it's probably the single best option there. Good relics, please God. Art of War, fairly bad, I think, in all honesty, but oh, die, please, die, thank God. Okay, so we look at this and we go, die. Is the easiest play I've ever made in my life. And I think you just straight up follow that with another explosive potion. If we're gonna run a defensive deck, poison works well. But I don't want to just add it before we have any confirmation that the archetype has like a chance to work, you know? Well, let's start with Adrenaline. We got a lot of options here. You can start with die. And then I only need to, if like I hit you twice, you're done. Strike, neutralize. Okay, I think I got you. Strike, neutralize, skewer. We solved the puzzle. Another enemy down. Another weak potion. I think you gotta love footwork. It fits the archetype of the deck. Again, we really need to not take any damage. To just get more decks in general would be a big start as well. So we don't need to, I mean, we're just gonna hit you. I'm not gonna belabor the point too much, but when we already have some extra block, we already have the extra block to begin with because of Anchor, which I totally forgot about. Alright, draw some attacks, please. Wow, I'm actually bad, but we're gonna be fine. I forgot because we're weakened, it's not going to do enough damage, but he's dead anyway without hitting us. So far, it's working well, but, you know, on a non... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I just need unattack, please. Thank you. On a non-Ascension run, we should expect the first floor to be pretty easy. I think Cloak and Dagger fits. We really are looking for a Kunai or a Shuriken, something like that. You know what? I'm not taking Golden Idol. You know why I'm not taking the Golden Idol? I don't want to lose max HP and I don't want to lose regular HP. I want to, like this campfire, I want to upgrade a card. We're going to neutralize you first. Our draw is like, we've exclusively gotten defensive stuff. But that means next turn, we got a decent chance of getting Skewer. So like, we already have more than enough block. We might as well die you. I think we should backflip and try to draw more attacks. Wow. Okay, we eventually got more, but... We're guaranteed to draw Skewer, so this guy's dead. And somehow we've constructed a deck that kills enemies incredibly quickly, despite the fact that... I feel like we've only taken defensive stuff. I was just about to say something like Noxious Fumes would be amazing. Because we want some kind of progressive damage to do to enemies, but we're not there yet, obviously. I think an upgraded footwork is probably what we're looking for. We want to be able to make that innate, or at least like play it on turn 1 whenever possible. This guy, he's going to be a little bit of a problem. He hits pretty hard in some circumstances, so we might as well neutralize. We got no way of getting around it. We might as well die. And then the question becomes, do you backflip to look for a Skewer? Or do you just strike? And we're just going to strike because we're already taking no damage. So, turn 1 we have 15 block. That's a lot to work with. Goop sprays. We're going to get reduced draw, but ideal play here is not what we got, but that's okay because we're probably, well, we have a 50% chance to get Skewer next turn. Play this. Strike you a little bit. Next turn we want, if possible, Adrenaline plus Skewer. It would destroy him. We got Adrenaline. We could still get Skewer. You're so lucky. You have no idea how lucky you are. That being said, we're pretty lucky. We're still going to take no damage. And I straight up think that, well, we're going to make him split very easily. The question is just going to be 45 damage. So he'll be at like 40. He'll be at 52. It's probably the best we can do. Yeah, I think it's worth it. We could strike him once more, but... you know, it's probably worth... but then we're using a defend for no reason. Yeah, I think we just roll. We didn't split him quite as much as I would like, but... So, a backflip doesn't... Oh, it does take us there because of dexterity, that's right. So, let's... You're already attacking. You're probably going to attack next, so let's hit you like so. And you're not quite going to die, but you're definitely going to split into, like, a completely anemic enemy. You're going to frail me, I think, yeah, which is bad. We're looking for a skewer. We didn't get one. But we can at least weaken. Backflip, throw in a cloak and dagger. Now, I could split... No, I can't split you. Which is ideal, actually, because now you're so killable you could be knocked out in one go. Now you're probably not going to be knocked out in one go. But I'm going to wait till you attack next, because you're not a problem. You are a problem. I could do 21 damage to you. It's a bummer, but I think, like, this might be where we use our energy potion. We want to defend, 17 block, and then skewer you for 21. We're already weak and frail, so like now we've got them both in an area where like we can make whichever one we want to split. And we should probably start, is my thinking. I was just hoping to get like neutralized or something like that, but sure. I'll do 4 damage. Is it weak? Yeah, it's like, it's crazy weak. It's very annoying. We've gotten through this so far without taking any damage. And once these guys are dead, we're well past the halfway point. This is the turn you dread. Forgive me? I really like that, even though we don't have good crowd control. Like, we've already used die, because it's our best damage attack for 1 energy. But these guys are weak as heck now, so I'm assuming they're not always all going to attack, which means we're good. Pop that, and then give you a little of that, a little of that, a little of that. Alright. I should just accept, I think, that we're going to be inundated with the same status effects forever. We're caught in the Slay the Spire's version of the poverty cycle. Work with me here. Okay, I'll give you a little neutralize for 2 damage. Incredible. Oh my lord. Wow, we did get a single strike out of it. Please, if you're gonna avoid 1 status effect this time, please have it be weakness. Yes, we're gonna have a real attack next turn. And probably draw 15 wounds. It's easy mode. We strike you dead. And then one of you gets hit 2 times. Wonderful. Please don't weaken me. Just frail me again. Or, yeah, even better. Doesn't bother me. 1 good draw. Well, actually, 2 good draws. We need 2 attacks or skewer with one of our remaining cards, which is unlikely, but... Hey, alright, well, there you go. Hey, pretty deck, won't you give me a strike? I'd do anything then you'd like. Oh, the sneeze. Alright, well, I'm not against getting a shiv kill. It's a little bad manners, but if they're gonna keep me constantly under the gun, so be it. None of these are good for us right now. In theory, sure, Envenom is good. But it's too expensive to play, I think. And we're not really running a shiv deck. Nightmare into making several dexterities, pardon me, or several dies. It's Sozu, 100%. Yeah. So, potions are good. Especially, like, the deeper we get into the game. Healing potions are going to get worse, but other potions are going to become so much stronger, I think. Oh my god, it's just combat. This is going to be scary. So, turn 1, we really want to hit hard. We do have 4 energy per turn now. We definitely have to do a backflip. Not just to preserve our HP, but to actually, like, do some damage. So you're dealing 20. I already have 20 block. But next turn, I'm not going to have 20 blocks. So we really want to knock one of these guys out. And remember, we do still kind of harbor this idea that if we could do this without taking any damage, that would be nice for us. So, can I get you for 20? I'd really like to. I got to hit you 3 times. It's annoying. And you're going to hit me for 10. We might as well play both of them. Alright, I got to find some way to do 38 damage to you. The easy way is with a 40 damage skewer, which I think we have not had access to yet. So far, so good, actually. Not bad. Combat 1 of 3,000 taken care of. I don't think we dislike backflip. Certainly. Now you are a conundrum. Certainly a neutralize for free is easy money. I think right off the bat, I just want to hit you. Like, what are we looking for that's better than that? I don't think it exists. You still got 42 HP. Wow, that's horrendous. The real problem is that you've made me frail after this. Now, I don't think that it's very likely that I'm going to get to 36 damage in a single turn. Even die, or otherwise. So, we kind of gotta make our way through it, you know? So, Dex is amazing. And of course, we're gonna Cloak and Dagger's our best block next to Survivor, but we want to whittle you a little bit. We're just really killing time until the next skewer shows up. We don't even need to play die, and I'm being sincere when I say that. As long as we don't draw a skewer. We will play die, but we wanted to make sure that first we had enough block. Because really, our win condition is just block until skewer comes up and then use skewer to get a killing blow. So far, so good. $15 damage for 2 is pretty bad right now. With Envenom, it's great. Piercing Wail, I don't know. I feel like we're almost going to prefer, almost always I should say, going to prefer having a block. Except for the fact that if we run up against these nasty birds, they're real jerks, and I'd like to not have them be good. You're only doing 15 damage, so we don't need to do any blocks. But we are going to do a block regardless, so we can do a little bit of damage as well. Remember, I want to point out, Streamer has Sozu, which means Streamer cannot use any potions. You're going to see these potions here for the rest of the run, whether that's 8 minutes or 800 minutes. And you're going to say, why isn't he using the potions? And the answer is because he has the Sozu. Just want that to be clear. You need to get hit 5 times to die. 5 times 15, 75. Yeah, okay. So we're going to defend, and then we're going to skewer. Wonderful situation. Great timing on that card. Anytime you get Adrenaline plus skewer and the enemy's already vulnerable, you're in heaven, you know? You love it. So, right off the bat, drop a backflip here, get through our deck a little faster. Die has made that worth it. At this point, we're definitely going to strike. Probably throw in a little Cloak and Dagger for as much damage as possible. I'm telling you, even though our HP dwindles ever more, I do think we've... Skewer, thank you. I do think we've got a line. I think it's a 1 in 100 line right now, but we have a line towards victory. The poison is worthless. The weak is worth something. I think we'll take what gives us extra energy because it does work with skewer. How does the line work? Well, first off, I would just want to point out it could go wrong at any given time. You're still taking damage. I'm going to hit you again. All we need is Adrenaline Skewer on the next turn. Well, no, because we're weak. But 21. That's alright. Piercing Wail just destroys you. But so does a Skewer, which is what I'm gunning for. I'm wondering if a Skewer would kill you. Because if it would... we don't want to draw it. I think we should... yeah, I was gonna say, it didn't work. Like, we would have much preferred to have not drawn Skewer there and drawn it with full energy on the next turn. But I think we owe it to ourselves to give it a try. Just weaken him, you know, in the hope that you get a better draw this time. Still dealing 15 damage. We can block through that relatively easily. Well, he's doing 21 damage. We can still block through that sort of. You love a cloak. And we got 3 energy. Definitely like flying knee. Still 2 damage. We're gonna take no damage. That's incredible. We've gotten very lucky so far. We got a little extra energy. Why? Oh, because of flying knee. That's correct. Now we need to draw a good attack of some variety. And that was our last chance, and it totally worked. Still haven't taken any damage on this floor. Kind of amazing. You know, we're kind of like over backflip, I think. We've got like half of our deck is backflips. We love them. Come on, you owe me on this one. You owe me a die. Oh, Skewer's really good, obviously. You gotta kill one on this turn. So I see a couple of lines I want to point out. One is footwork, and then Skewer for 50 on this guy. One is footwork, terror, Skewer for 4 energy, which would be 60 on this guy. Sounds better, but it wastes terror because you're just using it anyway. We might as well keep it in our deck because it'll be useful when it shows up. Another line would be flying knee, and then Skewer you for 50, which would kill you. It would give us more energy next turn, but we wouldn't have access to the decks from footwork. So I think I like footwork plus a kill. And we really like getting a kill, because it makes our blocking much easier on the next turn. I would have liked to have gotten... We still have die in the deck somewhere, so we'll get it in a draw or two. And the other thing is, like, we block quite nicely. So we've already got enough block. Piercing Whale we should save. Like, try to get it to come back around. Not a very aggressive turn, but we're going to take negative 18 damage. And we didn't burn up any of our super useful cards. So we know we're drawing die. We could even draw Skewer again, honestly. There's die. You have to play it. I think. We're going to start with a backflip, just see where we stand. You're doing 18 damage. I think we're going to throw in another defend. Well, if we're going to defend, we should do Cloak and Dagger. Really doing 15 damage. You're going to say, why not use backflip? And the answer is, if Skewer shows up, we want to be able to pop it. For, like, maximum energy. But we're starting to get to the point where these guys are getting relatively strong. So I want to hit you for 3. Which means we'll probably just throw in a defend, which means we will take no damage. But we're starting to get a little scared of this other cultist, which has 9 strength up and is doing 15 damage. Oh my god, finally we get terror. Piercing Whale, sure, it's probably unnecessary on this turn, but... It's definitely unnecessary on this turn, but if it shows up again... Something's gone terribly wrong. Please, Skewer. Neutralize is great. 13 damage, that's nothing. We're already blocking enough. We want to strike. We want a flying knee. We want to strike. You're definitely dead next turn. If I get an attack. And all of a sudden, like, the fact that we can deal with this guy as he gets 15 strength up there. That was just for bad manners. I'm starting to feel okay. We could use more juice, no question. I don't think Infinite Blades Plus is that good. I'm just gonna call it like I see it. Not without without some kind of guaranteed, you know, refund on the power or like Shuriken. So I really think Noxious has a place in this deck. Bronze Scales is so good. I don't think we need to heal for 2, because our maximum HP is gonna be so low to begin with. Hook me up with that. Take a strike out of my deck. So Noxious, very important, I think, to be honest with you. This costing 0 is good, but I think Noxious is such a good enabler, we gotta crank it. We're building 100% towards the archetype that I'd planned on, which is super nice. What is the curse? At the end of your turn, take 2 damage. It doesn't say lose 2 HP, it says take 2 damage, so I think we can deal with that. Gaining 5 max HP is fine, but we really don't want to... I'll tell you what, we'll gain the max HP, and then we'll rest at our next rest stop. And oh, we got power refund, which is worth something, not too much. At least now, we got 5 extra rooms. Like, for every remaining fight, we're gonna have 5 more HP than we otherwise would have, even though it's definitely still gonna dwindle. Now, this is not a great start, but we're already taking no damage. That being said, we want better cards, so we're gonna start with maybe a backflip. Having done that, certainly Terror, certainly Flying Knee, and then definitely a Strike on top of it. A Skewer plus Adrenaline, actually no, just Skewer kills the Centurion, because he's weak, or he's vulnerable I should say. Obviously we're gonna play Adrenaline to start with. Okay, we gotta be a little bit trickier on this turn. We're gonna play Footwork first, and then we're gonna play Backflip. Escape Plan is free draw. Piercing Wail, we don't need it anymore because we're already like over the block. Noxious Fumes is gonna make something else free. Made Flying Knee free. Alright, well we're taking no damage, so I think right off the bat you at least go like, it's pretty good. We're not gonna play Piercing Wail. If it was a non-daily, or the daily seemed a little more delicate, or less delicate, easier, is the word I should be using. 15 damage, you're so lucky. So now I can play this on you for 2 energy. Not that it needs to happen that way. Is there any other way I can kill you? Because you're gonna buff strength probably, right? You're not healing? Yeah, okay, don't get too clever, alright? Because in the end, like, sure, that's way overkill, but you don't need to kill this guy first. Kill the Centurion first, and then this guy you can just block through him. You don't need to worry about it. Like, he's actually, essentially doing nothing right now. And never will change. Like, we got 29 block, he's gonna do no damage, take 3 damage from hitting us, the poison gets incremented, like, we got the perfect setup to deal with one weak enemy. And if Skewer ever comes back, we just win, yeah. So we do like Bouncing Flask, but I think we like Caltrops more on a deck in which we're blocking a ton. Poison is nice, but if we play our cards right, Noxious will kill enemies. It's gonna take a long time, but it'll kill them. Right off the bat, we're looking for like the dirtiest Skewer of all time. One of these days, man. So Noxious first. It made Backflip free. We're already taking some damage, so we might as well draw. Okay, this is probably where we stop. So we'll apply Terror. We're taking no damage. We'll use Die. We'll use Flying Knee. We'll use Cloak and Dagger. And I'm not going to play Backflip for card draw. And I'm not going to play Piercing Wail, because they're irrelevant. Again, Piercing Wail is kind of like a... there's no reason to play it. We should only play it if it's going to get us the kill. Or if it's going to avoid taking damage, I should say. It's a huge revelation for me, playing this game. Your next skill is played twice. So playing Adrenaline twice, or Backflip twice, or even Piercing Wail twice is pretty good, I think. And Poison Stab is Poison Stab. Again, I don't think we've needed it so far. So Burst, I think, is a better option. You're the ideal enemy for us to fight, straight up. This is a tough one, because Skewer is so good. And we're already taking no damage, so to hit you for 40 is tempting, but I think we stick to the plan. We play Noxious, and then we can hit you for free. I think we play Caltrops, which gave us a free Backflip. And then we'll Skewer you for 20. Because we're taking no damage, yeah. So skewering for 20 is not great, but this guy is gonna ruin himself by attacking me. As long as we can block through his attacks, we're great, which is why something like footwork is so huge here. And then you follow it up with a defend. 13, he's doing 18. Okay, all of a sudden, we're taking no damage. I mean, we're just playing the cards. He's gonna take another 18 from hitting us. 2 from the poison, 3 from the poison, actually. And we took no damage whatsoever, so... Again, this is why we win with this deck right now. Now, when our HP gets down to 15, I don't know. That might become a slightly more delicate situation. So, step 1... Oh. Step 1 is always going to be make sure we're taking no damage. And then we're going to hit you, we're going to hit you, we're going to hit you. And you're going to hit yourself. I don't know, like, I don't want to toot my own horn much, because, I mean, I was doing this on the last run, and then we lost. 13. 21. There we go, no damage taken. We probably could have done it for 1 energy with a strike, but it doesn't matter, he's dead. But we haven't taken any damage on this floor except from situations. Wow, Sneko's Skull is awesome with Noxious. Blur absolutely is a 100% like enabler of this deck. I think a boss catching us off guard could end us pretty easily. But we haven't taken any damage. 2 skills played twice is real good. Caltrops dealing 5 is really good as well. But let's start with Burst here. And we're going up against Diamond Lord. Gonna be hard to debuff him, but if we can get an early Noxious, that's where we want to be. So we'll start with guaranteed draw. And then... I do still think we want Adrenaline to try to hit Noxious, which we didn't get, but we'll neutralize to purge a debuff, make something free. This is a bad first turn, unfortunately. Might as well, might as well, might as well. We did 24 damage. We put up Caltrops, which is going to be okay, but we really want Noxious ASAP, and we didn't get it, again. So this guy's dealing 14 damage. That's no joke. We just play the cards in our hand right now. Principal bummer, we're still taking none, which is nice, but principal bummer right now is that we're still devoid of Noxious, and we're still, oh, and there it goes, and we're still devoid of dexterity, and dex, or footwork I should say, is definitely our #1 priority there. Luckily we got it right away. Okay, so we play footwork, makes a backflip free. We got 19 block, we're taking no damage. Out of all these, you love a skewer, right? Like, you skewer the one that is most likely to come off as quickly as possible. Dude, we need a dagger spray in this deck. That's like one card that would be a guaranteed huge help right now. This guy getting buffed makes me very upset. You've got to go. And because Burst doesn't get exhausted, we're going to play it. And then, I think we're going to play Defend. We're going to follow that with Survivor. We have 21 block, you're dealing 28 damage. Just discard both of our cards. Doesn't bother me. They'll slowly whittle themselves down as a result of Caltrops. And then when we can kill this guy and get Noxious up, then we can actually play Terror on him, because we can get through his artifact bonus here. So, this turn is bad right now. We have no offense. That's a little better. And I think, honestly, we just neutralize you to get through that artifact a little faster. Really good chance to draw a Skewer on this turn. Either via Escape Plan or just via, you know, Skewer. He's got 6 strength up. He's doing 51 damage. This is a real concern. We should be able to get block. This will probably be the first time we won't be able to get enough. So there's 59 damage on the field. Probably start with a backflip. We got 19 block. We can take 8 damage off the field for 2 energy, which will also give us Noxious, but we probably don't want to, or rather have the chance to play it this turn. So this is what we got. We got 2 energy. They're all 8 block. We're only going to take 16 damage, which seems like a catastrophe, but is not if you look at it like brass tacks, I don't think it's that bad. So finally we've purged the artifacts. Let's draw terror, please. Oh, let's go. Okay. This time I think we'll just hit him. And this is really where we can start to do our magic. $26 damage. Do we need to play Piercing Wail? That's really what it comes down to, because Piercing Wail is much better when I think it's saved. And I think really we just burst, like, defend. Now we got 26 block. And we'll just dump Piercing Wail. I think we're going to win, but if he gets around to doing another Hyper Beam, we're in serious trouble. This is a great turn for Skewer. No Skewer. And no draw, really. So Flying Knee for extra energy next turn, which means next turn would be a great turn for Skewer, except for the fact that he's probably not going to die from the Skewer, and he's probably going to be doing an attack that necessitates us playing some kind of block. And that's exactly how it went down. But he's only doing 24 damage. And we got 26 block right now, so we're going to hit him for 45. And he's going to take another 12 off the top here. We really don't want him to do another Hyper Beam. I don't know if I've ever seen an enemy do a Hyper Beam twice, so... The only reason we're playing Noxious, by the way, which is way too slow to be useful here, is because it was giving us an energy refund, so we had enough energy to play everything else anyway. He's got 12 strength up, but Blur thankfully showed up, so we already have enough block, which is extremely important because this guy is going nuts here. I'm going to give you a quick burst. A little Piercing Wail, you're going to lose 12 strength. 45 damage. We already got 32 block. Get a little double backflip going on in there. 45, 46 block, so we're taking no damage. And we're whittling you as well. And that gives him a turn off. So again, great turn on which to draw and play Skewer, which actually happened. And honestly, Flying Knee, then into 3 Skewer is perfect. Probably he's dead this turn, and we'll get like 15% more likes on the video as a result of tackling this fight in the proper way. Instead of being overly lazy about it, we did the right thing. And we're going to come through in the clutch looking like a genius as a result. Now, I'm not even coming close to predicting we're going to win. You have to love Glass Knife. Although, you know I'm looking at it with 4 energy. Glass Knife gets worse the longer combat goes on. It's 16 damage for 1. It's not bad, but 1,000 cuts probably is better now that I think about it. It is expensive, though. What do you think about Snecko Eye? Come back with 50% of your max. Snecko Eye is not takeable here. We got too many 1 energy cards, and it doesn't work with Skewer. Specimen, unlikely to matter, I think. We only have Noxious. So we take Lizard Tail almost by default, but if we come back, just even coming back from the grave gives us a little bit of tolerance for pain here, I think. Crowd control is the real problem, which is why I actually took, what are you making free? Survivor. We only need to get 18 block, and we're already almost there. It's almost like a burst Cloak and Dagger. Well, no, because if we burst and then just do Survivor, we're happy. But then we don't really want to burst Terror and apply Terror to 2 different units. But anyway, burst Terror, put it on you, because you're the strongest. You have 198 turns of this. That's hilarious. You will all be hit for 13 or 13 and change, and then we'll discard 2 cards. That's why I think 1,000 cuts is what actually gives us the best chance here. Although I still don't see us winning without getting some form of, like, super HP somewhere. Man, you're doing a lot of damage. 17, 16, 33 damage. Let's make something free. Sure. Piercing Wail is definitely the right play. But let's make something free. And it hit Piercing Wail. Perfect. Now we're taking, like, no damage, right? None. Okay, fantastic. I'd prefer to not hit the enemy who's vulnerable. Oh, you would die. Yeah. Well, the defend is worthless, but... I don't really want to wipe one of you out right here is the thing, but I mean... We probably should, or we could take you down to 20 and you guys would still be at a decent amount of HP, so like... I don't think that's a great turn. This guy's gonna take so much damage from hitting us twice that he had to stay alive, but... Again, I don't have any certain degree... Oh, we only have 3 damage, right? Because we haven't played Caltrops until this turn. I don't necessarily think that we're like a shoo-in to perform that well here. But we're trying. I think you gotta get hit. We're definitely not killing you guys right off the bat. We'll play a defend for free. And then with our remaining cards, we might as well put Blur up there. You're gonna take 6 for hitting me. So just think twice about that. And you're all slowly getting poisoned as well. Is there any way this War of Attrition works out for us? Obviously some people have beaten the daily, so the answer is yes. You need to get hit. 14. We've already got 21 blocks, so nothing to worry about. You're dead, so you got nothing to worry about either. Let's start with a flying knee. And I think I'll toss another flying knee your way, which is just gonna kill you. And then we'll play cards. We want good cards. But we also want, it sucks that we lost Blur there. We also want to do as much damage as possible via 1,000 cuts. And you're now dead. So you guys can't win this fight. You know what? I would love to add another Blur. Didn't get it. Choke's got a certain temptation. And Bane is at 20 damage from Bane. Bane Plus really is great. I think I can go with it. So we got Donut and Deca. That's going to be really hard to guarantee we take no damage, but let's see what we got in our shop. Matrushka's worthless. Lantern for 5 energy on turn 1. Infinite Blades at 1 is now, I think, actually worth adding, by the way. But Toolbox. I think you had Infinite Blades. No more shops, so we might as well spend money if we... Sure, I'll spend 150 gold on a few extra energy rather than removing cards. We've removed so many basic strikes. A first turn Lantern, like first turn energy bonus, I don't think it's amazing, incredible, 200 out of 10, but I think it has a real chance to be quite good. We'll get Infinite Blades going here. We got a couple of free cards. Thankfully, it did not hit Piercing Wail. The question now becomes, can I kill you? 6, 3, 4? I don't think I can kill you. If I can get you down to 15... I can get you down to 5. I cannot get you down to 15. We're not taking any damage here, by the way, but... Now if you attack me again, you'll be hit. You might as well. Save Piercing Wail. Again, that's... When Piercing Wail shows up when we need it, it's a 300 out of 10. Please, God, give me some means of which to get the Shuriken. I beg of you. Little risky. Let's throw 1,000 cuts out there. Gave us a free survivor. Could be worse. We definitely got to shiv you, take you out. Everybody starts taking 1 damage. Survivor for free, dumping a strike, and then playing a Blur. I think we still take damage. We can dump Terror, it doesn't matter. Oh, wait, it was free. Strike. Yeah, playing a Blur. 19, 24, 22, 31. We are going to take a little damage. Long time to go before our rest, so... Hopefully that's the last time. 7 damage down. We just don't have a lot of tolerance for that. Like, things could go wrong so quickly. So 1 energy kills you. So I think we really want to do, like... Well... I'll tell you what, something like this. Oh, can I just play 4 cards? I don't know. Maybe I can get there. Hitting you for 45 while also getting energy for the next turn seems most useful. You're kind of annoying, honestly. You're good at your job, which is bad for me. Oh my god, finally we hit burst, but finally we hit die, I should say. First, adrenaline. No noxious, you gotta be kidding me. Well, what do we double? Probably a backflip, even though the card draw is like too much right now. I think I want to hit. Let's just make sure you're dead. Which we definitely would have because of die to begin with. Now if we draw a skewer, we win. So, you know Noxious is coming. Start escape plan. Might as well neutralize you. I might have a kill now, but I don't think so. So start there. Start there. I still got you with skewer, I think, because we got a free backflip coming out here. You're very lucky. I'm gonna shiv you, no question. I'm gonna bane you, no question. And I can't quite get there. I'm so close. Oh, you don't even know. You don't even know how lucky you are. I'll save you the thought. You're very lucky. I don't think it works like this, but let's do it this way so we don't take damage from burn, which we wouldn't have anyway, I think, but even more than a second skewer, I think a second Noxious helps us deal with crowd control, so. We can't afford to lose HP. So, just give me Writhe. I don't like it, but we really can't afford to go that low. Oh, this is a freaking nightmare, dude. So, the earliest Noxious of all time, if there's any benevolent god on Earth, gotta play Caltrops. Flying me for free is a huge blessing. Give me a little backflip real quick. Infinite for free is also pretty good, but really, our whole run right now lives and dies with us being able to put up blocks. So if I can kill you before you do anything rash, that's a good start. Okay. So we really want to poison these guys and then let them kill themselves by bouncing into me. They're going to be insanely annoying to deal with. Explosions, less so. Oh, easiest money of all time. Start with burst. And then adrenaline. We definitely want all the refunds there. And then certainly footwork, which is going to give us a free Noxious, which gives us a free defend. Do we want to play 2 defends or do we want 2 escape plans? At this point, we might want 2 escape plans for the draw, but we can only put up 23 block. You're dealing 16 damage. If we hit you, we're going to have problems there. But I think it's worth a try. Okay, we got 2 skills out of it for free, which is incredible. And burst has already popped. Let's neutralize the one that isn't going to hurt us when we touch it. Definitely play defend for free. Backflip and hope to get a second Noxious is incredible. But I was really looking for 1,000 cuts. But this is where we stand now. Certainly you play this. Probably you wound this guy. We get away with the die for certain. Play Survivor. We have 47 block. It's a 52 block. It's a shame we didn't get Blur on that turn, but it is what it is. I know you're watching this and you're starting to believe NL's ascended. Like, there's a chance that he could pull this one out. Ooh, not when you draw literally no blocks whatsoever. But it's nice when you draw literally no blocks. When the enemy does literally no attacks. So we're almost absurdly lucky. That could have, if they all attacked, they maybe could have ended us right there. And I'm not doing the math, but I'm also not necessarily thinking I'm incorrect. Definitely 1,000 cuts. Okay, so now be smart, because you need block, because this guy's going to die pretty quick. So start with a backflip. I love it. Start with a blur. You're only dealing 16 damage. We're about to take 12. So we probably want to, like, Survivor and dump Writhe. And just stack up as much as possible. 35, you're going to do 12. when you die. Honestly, I think I'd rather just kill you now. Just to see what the math looks like and get 1 extra damage on everybody else. They're both dead to poison, but they will... Oh, one of them is dead to more than poison, but... you're still gonna hurt me for 9, so I need to put up 9 block, which we've already done. We're gods. Now we have the elite fight, and this is where I'm, like, not very happy. Incredibly afraid. Wacky bullet time! I mean, bullet time's amazing. We love the card draw. Catalyst Plus in this deck doesn't work. I think bullet time, the worst it could be, is not that good, so... I think we're pretty lucky that we got 2 of these jokers instead of maybe getting the Nemesis. I really like a turn 1 burst into Escape Plan for 2 draw, which gave us Dex and is going to give us a free strike. Okay. And then we'll do Backflip again. So you guys are doing 25 damage. We got 31 block. We have to play Noxious. They gave us a free Flying Knee, which is incredible. Let's not forget that. We got enough block. Is that correct? 25, 31. Okay, perfect. We're going to play Infinite Blades. Gives us a free Backflip, which we're not going to play because it could draw Skewer, something that we'd rather see next turn. Dump that out there. This is okay. This is totally fine. We got a lot of powers out there on turn 1. Extra energy for the next turn. A couple of burns added to the deck. Burns are not our biggest concern right now. You guys are doing 26 damage. We want to draw first with Adrenaline. We have no other draw, so I think we do want to play Bullet Time. You love 1,000 cuts. It doesn't really matter. You just got to play them, like, correctly. I think it's more... Well, you just got to play them. I think it's more important to get a kill on this enemy faster than it is to make sure this guy gets more value out of the card. We are going to take some damage. And again, nobody's sadder about that than me. 21. We're going to take 5 damage. We have a rest site right after this. We're probably going to... Well, let's not even act like we're going to necessarily win yet, but we're probably going to want to rest. But we might... Oh my god, that's horrendous. You need to be weakened unless I could conceivably kill you, which I can't. So, you get weakened. You're dealing 31 damage. You get smacked. And then defense. We're getting 12 defense out of it. No, we're getting 6 defense out of it, and you're dealing 31 damage. This is real bad. We're definitely going to rest if we live, but that's looking increasingly unlikely. These burns combined with a bad draw could kill us right now, but this is... I mean, we should be on the way up at this point. You need to take 4 damage, which really means we have to play 4 cards. And we don't have much in the way of defense here. So, like, a Piercing Wail, I think, is nearly essential. Just trying to get 4 damage, like, for free. We only have 11, 17, we got 19 block. We're gonna make it through just fine. We're gonna heal for like 0 when we rest, right? Yeah, we're gonna heal for like nothing. So you're already dead, we just need to block. So burns actually ended up being like the worst part of our deck by far. This actually became like a very, very considerable problem, but there you go. The elites are dead. Please God, Regal Pillow. Heal an additional 15 HP when you rest. It's the classic, like, malaise is kind of tempting. We already have two X energy cards, though. So we really rested for, like... that's not a bad rest, all things considered. Okay. You really want to get your enablers out there as soon as possible. So, 1,000 cuts, hit free survivor. Not great. Free burst? Thank you. Free burst. So, 1,000 cuts and infinite blades are already out there. We're going to burst for free. We're going to play a backflip, mostly for draw. You got to play footwork. Footwork gave us bullet time. You play bullet time twice. Mostly we like it, because we get 2 free energy on the next turn. But at this point, honestly, we've lived longer than I would have expected to on this run to begin with. Everything we get after this point, I think, to some extent, is gravy. Just like, I want to take no damage. We have to Noxious you. That's non-negotiable. Let's do a little block calculation. 6, 18. So that would take us to 29. So we can definitely afford to Terror for free. We can definitely afford to die for 1. We can afford to Shiv ya. And in fact, if you looked at this hand for more than a millisecond, you would realize that I'm a fool. Because of course we can afford to play everything. We got 6 energy, right? So the poison doing its work here is very important for us. He's not hitting us this turn, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't play Blur, you know? Like, we could block, and we just got another Caltrops out there, which is nice as well. He's gonna buff himself, which is extremely not great. But at least, it's not much, but we're going into our next turn with 23 block, which opens the door a little bit to maybe play, like, 1 block and then hit him with a Skewer or something. But Skewer's starting to lose a little bit of its usefulness. Like, Bane is pretty close to being... Actually, it might just literally be better on an energy per attack ratio. So you're dealing 28 damage. That's not very much, honestly. And our second Noxious coming out there is amazing. Throw in an escape plan. We might as well just strike. We're already taking no damage. He's going to take 6 upon hitting us. I still sincerely don't see a path for us to get through Donut and Deca. I would love to be wrong. 24. We don't have a... we just lost Frailty, which might help us out a lot here, but... 17, 22, you're dealing 24 damage. So we're going to take 2 damage. The real problem with taking 2 damage is not 2 damage. It's the plated armor loss. That being said, he's going to take 18 for attacking. At least we're still at 4 instead of going down to 3. So right away, I'm like, okay, 75 damage is really good. I think we should just do that. Yeah. And then I only need to hit you for like, well, 0 on the next turn, I guess, is the magic number. You're not an elite, you're just a normal boy. Yeah, alright. Well, sorry, normal boy. Get normal destroyed. Definitely a second footwork that's actually a footwork plus. We got something. Ancient Tea set. Start with a lot of energy. Might be what we need. Oh, you're gonna take something. Defend, Noxious, die. You gotta take my basic defend. We have so many in the deck to begin with. Again, every single interaction at this point could kill us, quite literally. All they need is one incredible turn, and my life is over. Caltrops gives you a free Cloak and Dagger. Noxious gives you free defend. Turn plays itself. You burst. Cloak and Dagger. Throw in a little die. We're already taking none, which I like. As you might expect. Spread the love around a little bit here. Throw in a defense. There you go. And Noxious working right off the bat is huge. Like, that means Terror plus Bane is almost a kill. No decks up yet? Oh, wow. Yeah, it's real bad. I think you have to start backflip. Well, it's tough, right? Because Skewer could kill you. We gotta start backflip. Oh, okay. Then you hit one of these jokers with a neutralize. This turn's gonna hurt, but... you might as well bullet time first. Oh, but then Skewer's gonna do 0. If you bullet time. Maybe there's a better turn that doesn't use this. You have to get hit for 3 to kill you. And then we would take 10, we would take 16, we'd be at 12, you'd be dead though. And you would take 6, you would take 12. You're gonna think this is ridiculous, I think. If you're smart and you're running the math here, you might think this is ridiculous. But I'm telling you right away, this is our line. 22, we're gonna take 12. If we play bullet time, Skewer plays for 0, and I'm pretty sure we might not die, but we're going to be real close. Instead, we take a little bit of damage, but Regal Pillow will still let us rest enough. And then these guys end up being pretty close to death by themselves. We've already got 11 blocks, so you can't do anything to me. You should really hit you so that you're killable by poison on the next turn. Despite going through your block. You're going to take another 6 damage, so you're going to be pretty killable by poison. You don't need much. You're already dead. Yeah, okay. So, you know, it's going to be tough for you to convince me that we didn't make the right decision. Just being honest. Because we lived. And I think the longer this goes on, the more we're going to have to be pretty creative. We asked for a dagger spray, we're going to take a dagger spray. We have to rest. I genuinely believe there is no world in which a rest is worse than upgrading a single card at this point. We're going to start with about 150 energy on this turn, thanks to our various little options here. You gotta... burst sucks here, which is extremely frustrating, but... thankfully, we're taking no damage, which was not guaranteed, by the way. We're going to take 2 extra energy next turn. Pretty bad starting draw, to be honest with you. I like that this guy's not playing Constrict, though. It actually makes my life a little easier. Oh, dude. Beautiful setup here. We got no damage, but, you know, considering we just added a blur to our situation here, like, oh, I love it. So first off, we're going to have 29 damage rolled into our next... 29 block, I should say, rolled into our next turn. Now, here comes the problem. We really want to ice you ASAP. But I think we're going to Caltrops. We can afford to throw a backflip in there. Definitely give me that adrenaline. I still think it's worth doing the footwork. And die for free is a nice get out of that as well. Then we'll skewer you for 40. But the thing is, and we'll shiv you for another 4 on top. The thing is, we're going to have to... he's doing 10 base damage every turn now. So we got to find a way around that. He's really doing 5 right now because we have plated armor, but I digress. We're going to start with a backflip. Probably our best card. Now we have no other draw, so we're going to play bullet time. 1,000 cuts. Shiv. Defend. 22. He's dealing 26, technically. Oh, we should have played Terror way earlier. So I don't like it, but we have to play Piercing Wail this turn in order to not take damage, I think. We'll probably kill him next turn. Do we have a Skewer? No Skewer, but a Bane plus anything else will get real close at this point. Shiv, of course. Yeah, that's what I mean. Okay, so we lived through another bit of combat. We're never going to be sad to see Adrenaline. This is our last bit of combat before the boss. Early Noxious and lots of defense. That's what we want. No Noxious. Backflip. Adrenaline. Definitely pop Adrenaline. Still no Noxious. Okay. We got to put blocks up. There's no joking about that. So we'll backflip. Noxious. There we go. Noxious hits Survivor. Not what we want. Infinite Blades. Infinite Blades hits 1,000 cuts. That's exactly what we want as long as we're careful. Put the Terror on one of the ones you can hopefully kill early. Hit him with the Flying Knee. Hit him with the Bane. He's got 2 HP. He's got 1 HP. Defend. He's dead. Survivor. Look at that. Okay. We've started off all right. I was going full Auctioneer there. I don't want to get your hopes up. Also, we have no block on this turn. So, life is pain. The only play that makes... well, you're only dealing 25. Oh my god. Because you're dealing 9. Well, one thing's for certain. You can't play Dagger Spray. We can't play Skewer on you. Go Skewer on you. There's a way out. It seems a little ridiculous here. It's 35. I can't quite get you there. Okay, here's how you do it. This guy is going to do 9 damage to us on this turn. I think what we do... This guy's going to do 9 damage, but he's going to explode for 8. So we save 1 damage if we kill this guy. As ridiculous as that sounds. I mean, might as well ship you. 16. We're going to lose our plated armor, which is real bad. But I think that that was our play, honestly. And now we just hope that we actually get some blocks, ideally. So, that certainly we want more noxious. Adrenaline, absolutely. Piercing Wail we need for the future. We can't use it right now. We're really hoping to draw a Blur, to be straight up with you, but if I could kill this guy on this turn... You're at 7, so you need 12 damage done. It's not easy, actually, but you are going to go. I only have the Thorn Lord to deal with. I gotta hit him for 17, ideally in one go. We can actually... I think we're fine. We don't have any draw. This is such overkill, but why wouldn't you want to make sure, right? Like... Again, we want to hit him once and kill him, so... We're gonna have to settle for twice. But we did it. We don't need anything there. We're gonna rest for the final time. 26 HP for the final boss. I'm a little stunned we made it this far, and yet here we are. Alright. So they're starting with 20 damage right out the gate. We don't need to put up too much to stop that, to be honest with you. We got 7 energy. Huge turn. Got a Noxious, kill off these artifacts. Got a footwork, hit a backflip. You love it, because then you burst, and you throw a little defend from backflip. Oh my god. So what do you want to double up here? Probably an escape plan to get 2 more cards. Okay. You definitely footwork, and you definitely throw in that second Noxious. These were part of our win conditions, without a doubt. Now you gotta get hit. And I'm gonna just play everything because we can. I was hoping for a Blur, and that's also a pretty big one of our win conditions. Yeah, because the Blur just, it gives us so much more tolerance for something going wrong. Backflip, okay, into Adrenaline. That's kind of what we need on turn 1. I did not mean to strike there. I meant the Caltrops, but it's fairly irrelevant. I think we just want to... I mean, this is 0 energy, so we'll use it. We're not going to take any damage, which is stunning to me, but we are about to be debuffed, I think, which is pretty terrible. And I'll hit you for 20. What's the debuff? 2 dazes. We'd rather not have them. That could really put a damper on things. You're hitting us for 32. I hate that, but hey, finally, enjoy some debuffs. You're hitting us for 24. We certainly need we certainly need Adrenaline, but let's start with a backflip in the hopes that we get something like Blur. I think we can save Piercing Wail this turn. You're only dealing 24, and we already have 16. Blur will get us there. I'm kind of looking for a burst now. Play 1,000 cuts. It gives us a free Blur. I love it. Throw in a die. Throw in a defend. I'm not saying we're gonna win, but we're starting to build up a little bit of like a little bit of support here. If they both attack on the same turn, we'll probably lose. But that hasn't happened yet. It's a very bad turn. And we're destined to take damage thanks to these dazes, but at least they're gone forever. We might as well play 1 extra card. Although, no, we don't roll any energy over, so... Okay, that's gonna hurt. We're gonna be down to 12, I think. That's really the only attack we can afford to take. And the fact that there's extra dazes in there is just horrible. But once we kill 1, our life, in theory, becomes so much easier. It's a great turn in terms of defense. Give me a burst into a backflip. You'd like to dump a couple cards out of your hand, if possible. I know you're looking at this and you're going, you fool. Please God, get rid of the daze or like pop a piercing wail in there. The thing is, we don't need a piercing wail. You're dealing 38 damage. One backflip takes us where we need to go. We're probably going to actually double up on Survivor, as stupid as that sounds. We're going to dump our Curse, and we're going to dump a basic Defend. We wouldn't have drawn with backflip, which is really where my principal conundrum came. We really want Blur. We can't play it, though, unfortunately. We have 74 block. I'm harboring, like, these desires to maybe kill Dekka on the next turn. I think it's unlikely. Please, God, no dazes, or few dazes. We got no blocks, so I'm gonna die due to draw. Effectively, I just have to play our best damage, like. And you're gonna kill me. Wow. All those cards added. It hurts. No, because we're coming back. What? Did we die and then die again? Maybe that happened? I don't know. Our scores should be pretty similar today, because there's only one path. It must have been like... Come on, where... Did I miss it here? There's no way I was in like the 500s. No, they're at 527. I can live with it. I had a great time on today's daily. Plus, I believe that is Tyler Glale, the game developer behind The End Is Nigh and Bombernauts. So you're gonna say, oh wow, you tied him. No, I didn't tie him. I beat him. He's 320 and I'm 317. So he really made some colossal mistakes there for me to get ahead of him. Either way, good run. I had a lot of fun. I can't believe we made it to the third boss, and I also can't believe we died on the third boss. If we'd kept one energy and somehow gotten to Blur, like maybe the backflip would have taken us there, but anyway, fun run. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Click the like button, helps out a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future, and for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.